All right. Live in 2 minutes, live in 2 minutes, live in two, live in two. Ooh, live in two. My pictures are good. Right about there. How's that? Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. I like that. Right there. Half and half. Man, it is a freaking amazing, magical Monday. Magical Monday. Magical Monday. I got to make sure we are set up. Ready? Where's my bro? There he is.
Today we're set. Dude, you know.
Get ready for your Josh video. Oh, look, I know I get hit with copyright violations, but it's Monday, bro. I just got to have the dude, man. That's my 1 minute alarm. We have a minute. Look at that. Right there. 1 minute, 55 seconds. Oh my gosh. 55 seconds for the greatest magical Monday you've ever had. I'm not even kidding. It's going to be freaking amazing. You're not going to believe today's show. I know I say that every day, but every day blows me away. Order Tulsi Tea Walmart. I just have to see if the replacement tea, if they fixed it. Okay. You can't see that, can you? You sort of can see that. Okay, good. We are live. Good. Everything's good. Everything is gravy. Everything is great. There it is. Oh, you not yet, Josh. Not yet. You don't get a chance. You don't get to go yet. You don't. Plug in my little alarm clock here. Not yet. Josh doesn't get to go for Magical Monday. Not yet. But he will be coming soon. Very soon. It's Magical Monday. Yeah. Guys, we're live. We're live. And good morning, business builders, and welcome to Business for Breakfast, where business is the most important middle of the day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, otherwise known as VBG. Our goal in this show is to make you 1% smarter today by unpacking business news over the last 24 hours, or in this case, the weekend, sprinkle with tips and tricks to help you mind your own business. Now, I know why you're here, and it ain't for me. It's for the morning mark. But that's okay. I'm going to give you what you want. Because especially on a magical Monday, to be honest with you, the most important thing we can do right now and for the week is set the Monday morning mark. So let's set it, shall we? Systems are go. Let's go. Thank you, JW. You are a genius and a scholar. You are here for the morning mark. No props required, no drinks, no gear, just you and a functioning brain. We'll work with what we've got. Wherever you are, desk, truck, kitchen, job site, standing or sitting, it don't matter. Pick one thing you will finish today. Not a list, not 10, not 3, just one. Now mark it mentally and write it down. That is the line in the sand. That's the thing the day doesn't get to erase. This is the pause that sharpens the edge. The moment that turns noise into signal. It's the tiny act that makes business owners dangerous in a good way. That, my friends, is your morning mark. Your day has officially started. All right, my beautiful people. You drive, I dive. Buckle up, buttercup, and let's roll. Now, I know that you guys are here and ready for this day in history. But before we do, it's Magical Monday, which means we gotta start the week with our favorite Josh video. And you guys know, if you ever saw Nemo and remember the turtle, and he's like, brah, like I just caught the wave, brah. Like he's the Nemo turtle. Okay, like the legit Nemo turtle, but in real life, he's not the voice. He's the real life manifestation of the Nemo turtle. Josh, Jawsh. Yes, he was in what was that school? The inner city school with Balake and Aaron. Josh was also in that class. Oh, don't forget D Nice. She was also in there. And Principal Darby. Yeah. No, that's no. Oshag Hennessy. Yeah, that's right. Josh was in that class. So Before we get started, I've always got to start off with our favorite Josh video for the week. And this one happens to be about turtles. Are you guys ready to have your mind, your brain, and your face removed from your body? You're welcome. Get ready.
Dude, you know what actually rips right now? I woke up and saw the green sea turtle's not endangered anymore, dude. The green homies in the big blue live to surf another day, dude. Mama Nature's probably frothing today. I'm stoked, she's stoked. Dude, slide a fin and catch 5 today. We're celebrating today, dudes.
All right, bro. Are we ready for turtles, bro? You guys just jumped in. You missed our favorite Josh video of the week about turtles, man. Turtles. That's right. Are you ready for the greatest dad joke of the entire week? You ready? Okay, get ready, because if you're drinking coffee or you're driving, I'm going to prepare you, because there's probably going to be some spewage of coffee on your windshield, or some rolling and wrecking on the road. So I'm prepping you now because it's my duty to tell you. That's how funny this is. Are you guys ready? Okay. So this morning I was walking by the bathroom and saw Rebecca was in there getting ready. And I looked and I said, someone's a little weird. And I was kind of studying her face for a second. And then I was like, hey, babes, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like you're drawing your eyebrows kind of high. And she turned and looked at me and had this huge look of surprise. Come on, bro. Come the freak on, bro. You know that was the best dad joke you've heard all week. And it will be the best one you've heard all week, bro. Next time you're talking to anybody. Like, I saw my wife painting on her eyebrows. I said, what's up with that? And she looked at me with this huge look of surprise. Okay, man. Come on. Come on, dude. It's a magical Monday, man. We've got to laugh first thing in the morning, right? Okay, cool. Now, how about we roll into, I know you guys can be ready, but this day in history. Oh, and it's powerful, bro. Are you guys ready? This day in history. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. And remember, today is March 2nd. So this day in history, are you ready for this? Your mind is going to be blown off of your body. Today was the discovery of the top quark. That's right. And we're not talking about Doug DeMuro with, quarks in cars. We're talking about the actual string theory type of quark stuff. Scientists at the Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory called Fermilab in Illinois announced the discovery of the top quark. Lieutenant, or like the vice president quark, like the founder CEO quark. Okay, as the sixth and final quark predicted by the standard model of particular physics, its discovery was a crowning achievement in our understanding of the fundamental constitutes of matter. Now, you guys just like me are like, interesting, Aaron. That's one of the quarks. What are the other ones? I knew you asked that, which is why we're going to find out together. Okay, so let me go back to my daily briefing, and I'm going to say, oh, hey, real quick, please tell me all 6 quarks. Are you ready? Okay. Get ready. Summarize in 100 words or less. Ready? 6 quarks. I just told you about the top quark, which is the 6th and final. You ready for the other ones? Okay. Number 1. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Okay. All right. Here's the particulars. The standard model of particular physics predicts 6 types or flavors of quarks. They are grouped in 3 generations of increasing mass. So Gen 1, first generation, which is the up and down quark. Looks like a little lowercase u, lowercase d for up and down. These are the lightest and most stable, making up the protons and neutrons in ordinary matter. By the way, didn't I tell you guys your job is to learn 1%, and guaranteed, if you're hanging out with us during this day in history, you will get 1% smarter without even hearing the rest of the show. Mark my words. Yeah. So today, right now, this is about making you the most interesting person around that coffee filter, that little, the coffee pot, little water cooler, you about to be the most interesting person today. And guess what? The second group generation, And they're called Charms and Strange. Yes, Harry Potter. We're getting to Harry Potter. Okay. So these are Charms is lowercase c and Strange is lowercase s. They are heavier and unstable. They are typically found only in high energy environments like cosmic rays or particle accelerators like Stern, right? Or CERN. And then third generation, which is top and bottom, lowercase t, lowercase b. These are the most massive and decay almost instantly into lighter quarks. There we go. Quarks carry fractional electric charges and color charge, and they are never found in isolation due to color confinement. What? What? Okay. I know your face just melted off your body and it's 7 a.m. Well, if you're in California, it's 5 a.m. your time, and your brain's probably not supposed to be working at that level this early. But did I just sort of melt your brain as you learned 1%? I felt my brain was melted a little bit in that. But I love nerding out and learning this stuff. I hope you do too. I do this show for us. Hello, right? What else is going on in this day in history? Okay. All right, ready? No way. This day in history, the compact disc was launched. This day in history, the compact disc, for all you millennials and Gen Zs, go ask your parents. They look like reflective, tiny Frisbee golf discs. Okay. But if you looked at them in the light, they were mirrored on one side and they had zillions of like little grooves and cuts. And I know it sounds crazy. That's where they stored the data and the music. I know it's crazy. And the cuts on the CD. So on this day, this compact was officially launched in North America and Europe. This digital revolution fundamentally changed the music and data storage industries, moving us away from the analog era of tapes and vinyl toward the high fidelity digital age. Most of our hard drives are like that. They're discs, and we just we have grooves cut in these things. And the data is stored in ones and zeros in the cuts and the grooves. I know it sounds weird. Today in history, the first nonstop flight around the world. Yeah, bro. Guess the pilot. You're thinking like me. One of the Wright brothers. I don't know. Maybe like one of the Rattan brothers. I don't know. Like maybe, I don't know, like Amelia Earhart. No. Captain James Gallagher and his crew. And by the way, remember the comedian Watermelon? Kapow! Like Gallagher. Okay. That guy, and if he had two amazing careers. But he and his crew landed their B-50 Super Fortress Lucky Lady 2 in Fort Worth, Texas. They completed the first nonstop circumnavigation of the globe in 94 hours and 1 minute, made possible by 4 mid-air refuelings. Yes, man. Today, this day in history, 1836, Texas declared independence. Today, this day in history. Delegates at Washington on the Brazos formally adopted the Texas Declaration of Independence. This historic document birthed the Republic of Texas, separating it from Mexico and setting the stage for the unique identity that Texas maintains to this day. And trust me, Texas do maintain its own identity. You guys know that Texas in actual geographic size and in GDP is larger than the country of France. That's right. Last year, when most states were losing money in budget, 2 years ago, Texas had a $30 billion budget surplus, gave one of the largest property tax rebates in Texas state history because Texas makes so much money. All these states are like, I just don't know what we're doing wrong. You're like, this is not difficult. God's no respecter of persons. So all you have to do is replicate. If you have the same gifts and talents, replicate what this organization or individual's doing. Like duplicate their discipline and their consistency, and you're going to have the results. Okay, so if you're trying to figure out how to get more money in your state, I don't know, take a page from Texas, take a page from Florida. These guys are going to help you out big time. This day in history, ready? Famous birthday, Sam Houston, our boy. That's right. Primary architect of Texas independence. And today was his birthday. So Sam Houston gets 2 birthdays before he passed away. Day in history in 1836 and 1793, which means, dude, Sam had to be old, bro. Really old. Was he even alive when Texas became a state? I don't know. This day in history, Dr. Seuss became arguably the most influential children's author in history. That's right. No green eggs and ham, Sam I am. That's right. Gorbachev, you guys born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s and party in the 90s, you Gen Xers, you know what I'm talking about. Bro had like welts all over his face. Him and Ronnie Reagan were like besties, right? You want to know who else is like, whoa, we'll make it, I swear. Woo! Living on a prayer. Living on a prayer. That's right, my beautiful people. John Bon Jovi, born in 62, my bro. He's old enough for Social Security, but he's also got some of the greatest music of my generation. My boy's got a birthday today. Oh, what else is going on? No way. You guys know every day is a national day. Would you like to know what today is? Bucky's is about to get so much damn business today because today is National Banana Cream Pie Day. And you guys know Bucky's got some great like banana pudding with the manila wafers. So today, get some banana cream pie, get you some banana pudding with some wafers because today is your day. La Quinta, you banana company, today is your day. Okay. Today, if you're banana, I want you to treat yourself today because we're going to be treating ourselves today. Yes, we are. Speaking of treating ourselves, you guys know one of the big things that we do for you guys is treat yourself. So if you guys are kind of thinking about starting a business or something crazy like that, man, just so you guys know, a lot of times you guys are like, I don't know where to start. Just so you guys know, we're the only accounting firm on earth that has open source free peer advisor groups to you. You don't have to go into our clients and you don't have to pay for it. We believe that things that change your life should not be behind a locked paywall. You should have access to. And so if you guys need accountability, you guys need help, you need strategy, you need consulting, you want to talk about accounting, taxes, book, whatever it is, we got you. And there's two ways to hit us up. You can get to, ready for this? Good thing you don't get paid to sign. Yes, Dave, you right, bro. You right. And the great news is two ways to hit us up, businessforbreakfastradio.com and speakwithaaron.com, speakwithaaron.com. You talk to me. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about, including how horrible the Cowboys are. Come on now. All right, you guys ready for some juicy news? Juicy news. Juicy news. Come on now. Juicy news. All right. Okay. And it is going to be a magic day of news. Magic day. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because here's the first story. And this is great news for us mom and pop Venti shops. All right. Here's the title. SBA citizens only lending policy now in full effect. Can I get a woot woot? Can I get a woot woot? Come on now. Here's the story, man. As of yesterday, March 1st, 2026, the SBA has officially restricted all 7A and 504 loans to business owners 100% by restricted all of those loans to U.S. citizens only. That's right, or nationals. This policy rescinds eligibility for lawful permanent residents, those that had green cards, but they weren't citizens who were previously eligible for federal loan guarantees. And the deal is not. It's honestly, this isn't. I'm never giving you my opinion. Okay, so I'm just telling you what I'm reading. But to be honest with you, I never had any issues with people that had green cards. Like my issue's always been, look, if you're doing it by the book, do it by the book. I'm not a fan that. Basically, if you did it by the book and got a green card, that now you aren't eligible for SBA lending. Like you got into the country legally. So, and again, I know why they did it. I'm not saying I agree with it, but this is great news for us because up until a year ago, you guys get this, we as a citizens were the least priority to getting money from America. Did you hear what I just said? American citizens were the least priority to getting money for like loans from America. Yeah, you didn't hear that wrong. So big story for us. All right. What else is going on in the news, which is huge for us, ma'am? All right, here's the title. Bipartisan Repair Act gains momentum for small shops. Okay. Look, we're starting to see the trend, bro. It's turning. Here's the story. Congress is fast-tracking the Repair Act. It's a bipartisan bill aimed at forcing manufacturers of cars, tractors, and electronics to share repair data and tools with independent shops. The goal is to end anti-competitive behavior that forces consumer back to expensive corp dealerships. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I love Porsches. I've had a couple 911s, and you guys know they are arguably one of the greatest daily drivers in human history, especially, and I've had a couple turbos. The best car I've ever driven by a mile. But you understand that you have to go to a very specific Porsche dealership. A, you don't trust anybody else to work on that car. And B, they have to download and use very specific Porsche software. And independent shops, unless they specialize in Europeans or imports, will not, under any circumstance, go and have the software, because I think it's like 30 grand or 50 grand, and then it's like a couple $1,000 a year for its updates. Like, it ain't cheap to have it, and they're doing it intentionally so that way there's no competition. And to me, it's like, look, man, small business, mom and pop Venti shops are going out of business at a rate we've never seen before already, because there's no economies of scale. Because gone are the days if you had the mindset of, you know what, I want to have the best damn coffee shop in town. And you get voted every year best coffee shop in town. It's not if, but when you go out of business, because you'll spend $10,000 to $12,000 for your food, and you've got Panera down the street spending, $7,000 and getting twice the quality, because they have economies of scale and you don't. It is. There's a reckoning that is coming, that is going to completely shake up this entire industry, because we've got to get the mom and pop Venti shops to start linking arms so we can start doing stuff like this. So if you happen to run a local auto repair tech shop, this right here is a fight for your survival. Okay. If it passes, okay, this is a massive new revenue stream, by allowing you to service high-tech modern machinery that was previously software locked by the manufacturers. This is huge. Now, again, it's got to pass. And you guys know the auto industry has some of the deepest pockets, tightest, strongest lobbyists. So will it pass? I doubt it. But Trump, if somebody's in his ear, he will pass it, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care what the elites think. He's more of a pie police. He cares what we think. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm optimistic for it, obviously. I mean, I hope that it does, but we don't know. All right. Here's a saw on X over the weekend. Wall Street Journal is reporting Jack Dorsey is cutting 40% of Block's workforce, betting AI tools can fill the gap. Here's how we explain the decision. Now, here's what's hysterical. Scott Adams, before he passed away, our modern day Oracle, he said this, and he said, you're going to start seeing, because of AI, the companies who are needing to make cuts are going to use it. Because you understand, a really good CEO, like a guy that runs the organization, like they're the eternal optimist. Like, it's one of the things that got Elizabeth Holmes in trouble with Theranos, the blood drop company, because she was like the eternal optimist, but she was like literally saying things that weren't true. She was the eternal one to the point where it was fraud. But like, these guys are like, oh my God, AI is like so helping us. We're cutting 40% of our work. No, morons. If Jack could grow some balls and not wear the scarlet letter M for moron, he would tell the truth and say, you know what? I took a page from Elon when he bought Twitter from me. And the dude came in and basically, I thought he was going to put the company out of business, because he came in and basically just cut everything, and basically came back and cut everything down to its root and said, let's apologize later. And Jack said, well, damn, if it works there, it needs to work here. And so what did Jack do? He decides to cut workforce to be more efficient. And instead of owning it like a man would do, he decides to say, it's AI. It's going to make us so efficient. Shut the hell up, Schneebly. Shut the H up, Schneebly. Okay. We all know that ain't the truth. Okay, Jackety Jack. By the way, the dude's still genius. Okay. So I still give the dude major props. But you want to know really what's going on here? Okay. He talks about his intelligence tools, right? Really what it is, it's a strategic reset for this dude. Okay. But there are a couple lessons we can learn here. As you scale, you've got to be obsessed over your efficiency. The larger the organization gets, the more it is designed to chaos. Okay. So workforce size is now deliberately designed to small. To Jeff Bezos's point with Amazon, you guys know that he was famous for talking about his team size would be so small that 2 pizzas could feed the meeting. Like, how many people is that? So like the average large pizza is 8 slices. Okay. So that's typically, and each person gets 2 slices ish. Okay. Me on my hungry day, that's just me and probably one other person on the team. But in a normal team where I have a normal appetite, that's going to be 4, but usually 4 to 8 individuals, no more than typically 8 on a team. Okay. So I only know one person that could do 12. And that's because he also walked on water. Okay. So for me, if that dude can do 12, I think my team size needs to be like 8, no more than 10. 6 to 8 is a great team size. Okay. Market sentiment, right? So because of that, the investors did reward Jack and Block with a 20% stock surge. But that's because they're not rewarding because they're being AI efficient. It's because they're just being efficient. Okay. So, and being adaptable. Can you adapt? That's the thing is, man, most of these owners have to learn how to cannibalize their own business. Netflix is the greatest business case in human history. What Reed, I think it's Reed Hastings, did for Netflix. I know it's Reed something. The dude started with doing mail order DVDs and saw that the trend was going to online streaming and quite literally cannibalized. I'm talking ate with a fork and knife his first business model that literally put Blockbuster out of business. Then he went back to the meal and said, yeah, it's time to eat this. And he started over. Bro, dude, that's insane. Okay. That literally, there's only a handful of comedians that can do something like that. Louis C.K. Every year rips up last year's material and starts over. You have no concept. Cat Williams is another one. These dudes are insane with basically cannibalizing what used to make them successful or cannibalize last year's success. This is huge, huge, man. But big story for us and in the news. And so I earmarked that story because to me, even though I think his answer is BS, he's still operating as a highly efficient CEO. The thing is with Jack, you can call him a lot of things, but a great leader is definitely one of those things that you can call Jack. What else is going on in the news today? What else? Inc. magazine researchers found that speech patterns like pauses and filler words are tied to executive function. Would you like to know a little highlight of what this story is? Well, how about we just summarize it real quick? Please summarize this story in 100 words or less. You guys know for this type of stuff, I use Gemini, Google. Becoming a more and more fan of Claude, which is Anthropic, and love Grok. Still use chat, still use it. Definitely not my go-to now. Gemini, Grok, and Claude tend to be my go-tos now. Although chat is still very good, very good. And that's why 95% of you guys still use it. But the more you use the platforms, you'll realize what's better at certain things, okay? So like for instance, Wasabi Wednesday, you guys know that I give us 10 or 15 minutes of what's going on with celebrity and famous people gossip on Wednesdays. I activate my inner woman on that day. And oh my gosh, dude, like there's no way, like X for sure has the greatest tea going on, period. Like Gemini's okay, but X, if you want to know the tea, you go to X, okay? But here's the highlight of this story. Key takeaways for small business owners, okay? So researchers analyzed natural speech using AI and found these patterns strongly reflect executive function. The mental skills supporting memory, planning, and flexible thinking. Crucially, the rhythm of speech predicted cognitive test performance more accurately than word choice, regardless of age or education. This discovery offers a scalable, non-invasive way to detect early cognitive decline or dementia before severe symptoms appear. Would you like to know what they are? You want to know what the key takeaways are for us mom and pop Venti shops? Cognitive monitoring. So analyzing your team or personal speech patterns could eventually become routine tool for monitoring professional mental acuity. And also you having your own Fokker circle of trust. Yes, I always talk about the Gaylord Fokker circle of trust. You need to have a circle of trust, people that when they come to you in peace and love, okay, that's it. They don't have to come to you a certain way. You got to say these magical words, peace and love, because they're coming to you to be helpful to you. Your job is to shut your mouth, turn off your defensiveness, and say, thank you, more of it. You got to channel your inner Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec and say, yes, when I say I need all the steaks and eggs that you have here, I really want you to understand, I mean all of it. Please and thank you. So you need to ask for all of it. I mean all of it, and then say, please and thank you, okay? Because they can help you. And so, you hear this all the time. I can drive as early, the grandparents wrecking their car 3 times a week. I am fine, damn it. You're like, Grammy, no, you ain't, okay? All right, communication training. So this is the second takeaway for us. Understanding that pauses aren't just style, but reflections of processing speed, right? They can improve how you assess team engagement and planning capabilities. So you guys know we do interviews, and I've got 3 sets of interviews today, actually. And I don't need you talking to me, playa. I don't know why you are deciding to do this right now. I don't know what you're doing. Gemini decides on its own to play some YouTube video, which is absolutely hysterical. I don't know why you're doing that. Okay, here we go. Daily briefing. Okay. I'm like, what in the rizzle drizzle? Okay. All right. Now, you guys ready to get back in some news? I know you are. Okay. Now, as we jump into this, I know a lot of times you guys are thinking, I can't believe what Dave just said. He said his building is under contract. This is so huge, man. He's one of our amazing clients in out of our Missouri office. And this dude we've been working on this for the last couple of years, man. And he's got the building under contract, which is insane. I can't even wait to talk to you, Dave, about this. This is fantastic, dude. And by the way, along with this, if you guys are kind of in the same place, you're like, man, I just feel like I'm trying to navigate this by myself. Like I'm like on an island by myself, and there's no rescue boats coming. Guess what? You have a rescue boat. We're the only accounting firm on earth that is accounting plus accountability, right? So peer advisory groups, we're available for consulting and strategy, and we're always here. And you don't have to pay for that advice either. And so there's always 2 ways to get to us. If you have a question, you want to submit a business, every Tuesday, we build a service business for under $1,000. You're going to see it tomorrow. I can't even wait to show you tomorrow. You guys are going to love it. But if you guys want to talk about business strategy, consulting, accounting, payroll, whatever it is, then we can talk to us 2 ways. businessforbreakfastradio.com or speakwithaaron.com, speakwithaaron.com, and you'll get to me. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about, including how horrible the Cowboys are. Yes, we will. Okay. All right. What else is going on in the news? Ready for this? Small business childcare tax credit jumps to $600,000. Yeah. The story is under OBBBA, right? It's the other ABBA. The maximum tax credit for employer providing childcare for their staff is increased from $150,000 to $600,000, specifically for eligible small businesses. Childcare is the #1 barrier to hiring in 2026. This massive credit allows you to subsidize your employees' childcare costs or partner with a local provider, effectively giving you a tax-paid recruitment tool to win the war for local talent. You guys have heard me say this time and time and time again. What separates the small great business from large great business is market, MRKT. M is money, R is resources, K is knowledge and training, and T is technology. It is not fair and is not okay that if your idea is to be the best damn business in town, you're going to pay the highest cost on planet Earth for everything you have. You will have no money to be able to hire talent because you pay the highest cost of goods according to anyone. So the only way you get economies of scale is by having multiple locations and multiple distribution points. Okay, like a lot. Okay. Those that want to be rich never will be. Money only follows contribution. You are paid according to the amount of customers that you service. That's it. Okay. So in this case, it is really, really important for you that the only way that we can compete, little co compete with big co, is we've got to be able to offer similar benefits. And for big companies that have, I don't know, zillions of dollars in profit, then they can just afford to eat the credit if they issue one. But now small businesses can actually get a credit for this. So before it's like, oh yeah, we'll just do it because we need to. Now it's like, no, we actually get the rebate. We get the tax deduction for this, right? So this is a huge thing for mom and pop venti shops because we need the help. Are you tracking? Are you tracking? I know you're tracking. Oh my gosh, dude. I don't know. I just make myself silly on this show. I do this show. I love this show, but it gets my day going. I do it mainly for me, but you guys know it's one of my big core values. I'm a big believer in eating my own home cooking. Whatever I do is what I recommend to you guys, right? So what else is going on in the news today? Oh, this is a great story. Are you ready? Okay. This is CNBC. The tech download software was going to eat the world. Now it's facing an existential crisis. Okay, so and it's a picture of Salesforce. And the reason why I put that on there was not because it was that big of a thing, but it reminded me of Salesforce. And so for a lot of you owners, this is the beginning of the year. We're still in Q1. You have plenty of time to do this so you don't waste the whole rest of the year. Okay, but I want you guys to understand that Salesforce is the company they are, not because they're so huge and now they have the money to do it. It's companies that are huge today have been doing the way that they do business since when you did not know of them and when they were tiny and they were an acorn. So the way that the tree looks today was started when they were an acorn. You can see the tree today, but the tree's been acting the same since it was an acorn. Okay, so I'm going to give you right here, if this is the only thing you as a mom and pop Venti shop owner are focusing on and hearing me today, if you do this one thing, nothing else today, this one thing, it will change your life forever. Forever. As a business owner, it will change your life forever. Ever. Okay, are you ready? This is how Salesforce and Mark Benioff, okay, plan Salesforce's goals every year. Are you ready? And by the way, we do this every year. We did it, I don't know, like a month and a half ago. And I'm going to literally explain to you how this works. Okay. Here's what Mark does. They start every year with this core leadership team. And whoever that core team is, you have your own core team. It could be you, your spouse. It could just be you and 2 or 3 others. In the very beginning days of Microsoft, it was just Bill Gates. Okay. But look, you've got a core team that you can do this with. And we have a team called the Core Five. And so it's the core group. And so that's who we basically do the goal planning with. And so here's what you do. You start with a clean sheet of paper, clean whiteboard. Okay. So everything you did last year is forgotten. You have the Men in Black pen. Your memory has been wiped. You have no recollection of what you did last year. Okay. Starting fresh. You ask yourself these 5 questions in order. What do we want this year? What's important about it? How do we get it? What's preventing us from having it? How will we know we have it? Then we define the core values: trust, customer success, innovation, equality, sustainability, and then they manifest it in their organization by operationalizing it in their values into the company. So I'll tell you exactly what we did. We had our planning session, I don't know, like a month and a half ago. And then we as a team, every Tuesday, we meet as a team and we evaluate what we discussed, because everything got divided into what quarter everything needs to get done. And then every single week we go back to that and we just make sure that we're aligning with the core values for the year. That's it. Remember, success is a 2-part formula. It's 25% planning and 75% execution. That's why you as a planner and all you do is read and nothing happens. You're like, I don't get it. Like Think and Grow Rich says all I have to do is think it. No, damn, dude, please do not read Think and Grow Rich and wear the scarlet letter M for being a moron and not think that that is only 25% of the equation. The other 75% is you freaking executing. Reading doesn't do shit for you. Dude, you need a little bit of a, kind of a little pat on the butt here. Like, come on, boy. Come on, girl. You got this. Don't be a moron. You got to execute, playa. You got to execute. Okay. Planning ain't crap. You saw that on the chat. Dave was like, hey, dude, buildings under contract. The dude had to do the work first and actually do all the work, get a contract submitted. It didn't just drop in his freaking lap. He had to plan and then execute. And that's why he's successful. Come on now. Come on. Oh my gosh. What else is going on in the news today? Wall Street Journal is reporting Target says it will soon only carry cereals made without synthetic colors. Thank you, and thank you. I think we all understand, since we were all, especially you guys like me, born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s and part of the 90s, We were raised to believe this bullshit thing called a food pyramid was quite literally how you're supposed to eat. Basically, everything you're supposed to consume all day long is supposed to be grains, breads, and cereals. I swear to God, go look at the OG food pyramid. Yeah, you're like, I wonder how much each of these industries had to pay for their placement in the food pyramid. Like, yeah, I got you guys. We all know as a country that the FDA does not care about its people. They care more about profits, right? We also understand that 90% of the AMA's funding does not come from doctors. It comes from big pharma. Big pharma is the one that allows the AMA what they can and can't say. And if a doctor goes against the AMA, loses his license, she loses her license. No, we all know big pharma is quite literally the blob that is dictating FDA. Do you actually think if the FDA was in control that they would allow stupid ass commercials where Tremfya, Wegovy? You're like, are you insane? Are you insane? So doctors now are going. Remember, they spent their entire career only studying you, the body, how everything works together. You've studied 0% of it. You go to the doctor and you say, "Hey, doc, I've been watching this commercial on Wegovy. Like, it looks really cool. And like they're like hanging out in a park. I'm like, I think that's gonna be great for me. What's your thoughts, doc?" Doc's like, "Well, I think you're gonna do this. Yeah, but I really want to try Wegovy." Okay, I guess we'll do Wegovy and we'll try here in about 2 weeks and see how you feel. Okay, sounds good. No, that's not okay, man. That is not okay. Same thing with food dyes. When I was born, I was born with severe chronic asthma. As a kid, almost died multiple times from asthma attacks. For years, I was a boy in the bubble, lived in a hospital in a plastic sheet because I was also allergic to everything, including red dye. Okay, and here was the thing. I was like a canary in a coal mine for what was in food because I was so highly allergic to food dyes that if anything had, was it called red color 40, I think, that red dye that most countries won't put in their stuff. My entire face, oddly enough, today is his birthday, Mikhail Gorbachev. Literally, they would call me Mini Gorbachev because I would get these welts all over, and I had like white blonde hair when I was a kid. So and I had these welts all over my head. And I wouldn't, this is not even eating ketchup. This is anything that had this secret red 40 in it. My body would light up like a Christmas tree. So thank you, Target, for finally taking care of your people rather than profits, because we do know that the stuff is not going to be as colorful. I'm quite positive Fruity Pebbles won't look as fruity by the time Target gets done replacing all of the fake colors. This is a huge, huge move, shifting from passion about profits to passionate about people. Target, thank you, Target. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, a company focused on their people and not freaking profits. There's nothing wrong with profits, man. But you freaking understand, as a company, you don't have those without your freaking people. Don't you think they should come first? I don't know. This is like, I don't know. I mean, I was born at night, but not last night. Duh. Okay. What else is going on in the news today? This is huge, man. Section 139L, new 25% tax break for small business lenders. So a brand new IRS provision, Section 139L, now allows community banks and credit unions to exclude 25% of the interest income they earn on loans to qualifying small businesses from their federal taxes. So now your local bank has a huge incentive to lend you large amounts of money, and they also have money to lend. They also have incentive to lend you as a small business over large companies, because this is a very specific small business tax break, right? Okay, this is huge for us, huge. Okay, what else is going on in the news today? Which I'm telling you, man, it's powerful stuff. This is huge, man. This is huge. Ready? 100% first year write-offs becomes permanent tax strategy. Here's the story, man. The official IRS guideline, I think it's called IR 2026-06, has confirmed that for most qualifying business property, including machinery, equipment, and company vehicles, business can deduct 100% of the cost in the year it's put into service. Why this matters? Forget those freaking 5-year depreciation schedules. We buy a new oven, we've got new equipment, new CNC machines, new van, new delivery, whatever. up in Central Missouri. This dude does trade shows every. Now Dave can go get himself an Amazon van, convert that damn thing to his own cozy condo, like Ron has. Yes, Dave, I'm giving you permission as your accounting firm to be able to buy, because we can deduct this whole damn thing. We'll get the business loan, we'll finance it, but we'll deduct the whole thing, 70, 80 grand. We'll get it all done, bro. But now we can subtract the entire cost from our 2026 taxable income immediately, which of course provides a massive instant boost to our flipping cash flow. What? And by the way, you're sitting here like, hey, Ron, I swear, bro, this sounds exciting. You're excited, so I feel like I'm supposed to be excited, but I'm not excited because I don't know how to do this crap. We got you. We're the only accounting firm on earth that's accounting plus accountability. So we're going to be that for you. So you need help with the paperwork, or you're like, I don't really know how this works. Aaron, can you kind of walk me through it? Yeah, we got you. There's two ways to connect with us. Number one, businessforbreakfastradio.com. Submit a question, whatever you want to talk about. Aaron, I've got this business idea that I want to start. And you guys know every Tuesday, tomorrow is Tactical Tuesday. I build a service business for under $1,000. Yep, every Tuesday we do it. And I've already, when you see what I've got built for tomorrow, you're going to flip out, okay? But just wait. But what I'm saying here is, look, every day you have questions about something, you can talk to us at Business for Breakfast Radio or speakwithaaron.com, speakwithaaron.com. Talk about anything you want to talk about. We're always here for you. We are big believers in things that change your life should not be behind a locked paywall. That's right. It should be given freely, not with a closed fist. Are you tracking? Are you tracking? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, this just resonates with me, man. And so I want you to know, man, you are never alone. And especially if we're mom and pop venti shops our whole life, we felt like black sheep. Basically, we're, all the white sheep are over in the pen and they're like bang us, like, bah, moron, bah, idiot, bah, why didn't you do the safe route? Bah, he's a moron, bah, he can't manage everything, bah, blah, all the bang that the white sheep do. And then we're the black sheep, like, I don't know, man, like, I'm just operating off this burden that I have. I don't even want to do this. Trust me, when I come back and when I get reincarnated in my second life, I'm coming back as Doug Heffernan from King of Queens. No, I'm going to work for freaking IPS. I'm going to say, what can Brown do for you? I'm going to play softball. I'm going to hang out with my best friend, Deacon. We're going to play softball. We're going to watch football. We're going to drink beer. And I'm going to work at IPS, bro. Like, that's me coming back reincarnated. I've already done enough work in this part of my life for 5 lifetimes. Okay, so when I come back again, and Lord, if you're listening, when I come back, just please make me Doug Heffernan. Please, I'm begging you. This is my magical Monday prayer. Doug Heffernan, thank you. Okay, so no, if you're not Doug, you've always felt like a black sheep. And look, we got you, because we are nothing but an army of black sheep here at Interstate Business Management. Okay, all right, now here we go. Are you guys ready for this? All right, here's the story. Radar launches AI tools to turn brick and mortar stores into real-time data engines. Oh my God, bro. Here's the story. On February 26th, Radar rolled out new competencies via its Radar Plus platform, fitting room intelligence software. And it analyzes try-ons for size patterns and pairings. Floor set IQ optimizes 3-day layouts from shopper movement and real-time availability alerts, which are like 15-minute replenishment signals, all powered by RFID sensors already in 1,000 stores. Why is this huge for us? Because us mom and pop venti shops are finally getting access to the same technology that the big boys do, right? We finally get to be able to start having tools and technology so we can start analyzing this data to figure out, give us insights on what's trending, what's not trending, what sizes are hot, what sizes aren't hot. What are we losing money on? What can we add to boost the basket size? How do we improve our layout design so we sell more, our basically inventory by foot? We want to maximize that. How do we increase our margins? How do we increase our profits, our conversions? This was only reserved for the big boys. Not anymore. Now, you've got tech companies who are now engineering this stuff for the mom and pops. This is huge. You want to hear something else that's huge? Claude 4.6 AI upgrade delivers enterprise power at small business prices. You guys know last week I did an entire segment on this. My whole segment was specifically on that I save at least $20,000 a month, $250,000 a year in high dollar consulting because of all the AI that I use. And I just use it to help me out, like whatever that is, you know. And I'm just telling you guys, it's the same thing here. Like, here's the story. Anthropic released Claude Sonnet 4.6 on February the 17th, okay, featuring a 1 million token context window for analyzing entire client histories or yearly financials. Like, it runs existing platforms like Amazon Bedrock with no extra infrastructure cost. I just did an entire segment on a business doing this. Why is this huge? Because our local mom and pop Venti shops can now automate marketing plans from utilizing customer data. We can generate reports. We can reconcile books in minutes, okay? Like cutting labor hours and boosting decisions without hiring individuals, team members. We know as a mom and pop Venti shop, we as owners have to spend all 7 plates of business ourselves. We do. We get no assistance. Nobody's helping us. Not anymore. You have AI tools that now act as your partners to help you spin these 7 plates of business, right? Right? This is huge for us mom and pop Venti shops, man. You know I'm talking to you, okay? This is huge for us. Matter of fact, just so you guys know, I'm being a little transparent here with you guys. And in my peer advisory group, there's a handful of us. There's, I think, 8 of us. And I leave April 16th for our 3rd annual Pedaling Against Ponzi's charity cross-country bike ride. If you guys want to read more about it, go to ponzirelief.org. But I'm saying that because I leave April 16th, the day after tax season. And I have to have my book finished, the 7 plates of business, the Mom and Pop Survival Guide, how to keep the 7 plates of business spinning. And I've got the book 90% done and has been for like 2 years. It's that last 10%. I'm going to be using Claude to clean it up. I've got literally all of it's done, but I've got to basically add sandpaper and smooth out the rough edges. I'm going to use Claude for that. I'm going to feed it and say, look, this is how Aaron talks. Just make sure we clean it up. Look at the grammar, make sure it doesn't look like, some goofball put it out there, right? That's going to be done this week. I know. I'm so excited about it. The stuff you could not have had 2 years ago. What we have today, the access we have today, it's mind-bending, man. It is mind-bending, okay? And so, but AI helps us do that, okay? Now, one of the things that I want to chat about real quick that I saw on Mashable, which is also a great follow on X, we're going to ask Gemini. Again, I asked Gemini, please give me the top 5 shows on each of these platforms based on consumer reviews. Okay. All right. Here's the story. Netflix. All right. Here are the 5 of the top rated shows currently streaming on Netflix, Paramount, and Hulu. You guys ready? Netflix top 5. Let's see if we've seen any of these. Beef. Dark comedy drama remains a top-tier pick for its intense performance and exploration of modern existential dread through a road rage incident. Okay. Blue Eye Samurai, a visually stunning and mature animated series. It's received near perfect scores. Okay. The Bear. Hulu in the US. The Crown on Netflix. The Crown remains a flagship for the platform, noted for its high production value and acting, and The Crown is brilliant. Okay. The main gal that plays like the queen when she's like grown up, like the queen today, or the queen back when she was like in her 50s, she's brilliant, man. She's doing a lot of stuff. She's brilliant. Rebecca and I have seen that. Another great series, Arcane, based on the League of Legends universe. What? I will definitely be watching Arcane. And another one, Love, Death, and Robots, an anthology series that continues to receive high marks for its innovative animation and diverse sci-fi storytelling. Brilliant. Paramount, Yellowstone. Well, it originated on everybody. Like, I watched the first season, and by season 2, I was like, okay. Dude, everybody that I know watches Yellowstone is just obsessed by that. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Are you kidding me? What? Insane. Another show, 1883. That's the Yellowstone prequel. Tulsa King, starring Sylvester Stallone. This mob drama has become a major hit with audiences. Dude, I think we've watched maybe one of the episodes, but that's where our accounting office is actually based, is in Tulsa. So now I have to watch it. Another show, Evil, a supernatural drama that moved from CBS to Paramount Plus, gaining a cult following and critical praise for its smart psychological approach to horror. And on Hulu, are you ready? The Bear. This fast-paced kitchen drama is currently one of the highest-rated shows on TV, sweeping awards and maintaining a massive audience. Shogun, a sweeping historical epic that has been compared to Game of Thrones. Shut the front door. Be watching that. Only Murders in the Building. And dude, by the way, this show, when it first came out that first year, which was Martin Short, Steve Martin, Selena Gomez. First of all, when you go watch Pure Luck with Martin Short, and he's in the back of the airplane, go to right now, and I'm going to allow you to cry laughing for 3 minutes, because you have to go to YouTube and type in Pure Luck stung by a bee scene, okay? And Martin Short, I think, sits on a bee or gets stung by a bee. And so Steve Martin's in front of the plane, and he turns around, and he's like, oh my God. And Martin Short's face is this huge, okay? Like way worse than Will Smith and Hitch, okay? When he's like downing Benadryl. No, way worse, okay? This dude looked like he was on My 600-Pound Life, okay? Meeting with Dr. Now, okay? No. This dude, and you will guaranteed, if you're drinking something, spit your drink out, because Steve Martin's like, you okay? He's like, oh yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Why? Why do you ask? Trust me, bro. Anything with them and Selena, I don't care who you is. Love the chick. Also love her hubby, Benny Blanco. Obsessed with that too. The Daniel behind the wall, Daniel Wall and Benny Blanco interview. Quite literally, probably one of the greatest interviews of all YouTube. I'm talking all of YouTube. It's that good. And you'll hear how shine bright like a diamonds. Oh, dude, when you hear how Benny Blanco and Rihanna came up with that song, that was supposed to be Eminem's song. Go listen to put it on 1.5 speed. Your mind is going to be blown off your head. I promise you. Okay. But yes, go watch Only Murders in the Building. It's fantastic. Okay. Handmaid's Tale, always and forever a phenomenal show, bro. Reservation Dogs, a groundbreaking series about ingenious teens in Oklahoma that concluded with immense critical acclaim and high audience scores. I don't even know how to say that word, by the way. I don't know, bro, but there's your top 15, each 5 for Netflix, Paramount, and Hulu. You're welcome. Guaranteed you guys learn 1% today. And I've always told you, this show is not free. You don't have to pay for it, but you do have to like and subscribe. My only rule, if you learn one thing on this show, then you just got to repay the favor, pay it forward. Little Haley Joel Osment here, pay it forward and give me a little like and subscribe. That's all AA requires here, okay? All right. Now, are you guys ready, okay, for your, okay, you guys ready for the reframe of the day? You guys know every single day, one of the most important things that we do is set our mind right. And the best way to do that is right here, Scott Adams' book, How to Reframe Your Brain. Go buy it. My boy passed away earlier this year, January 13th of this year, actually. And he wrote this book the year before he passed away. It was released, and it will 100% change your life. I guarantee, and so does he, that there'll be one reframe in here that completely changes your life. So every day, we're big believers in our reframe and how we set everything, okay? All right, so here it is. We're going to be working off of Chapter 2, Success Reframes, okay? Wanting versus deciding. If you want something, you might be willing to work hard to get it within reason. But if you decide to have something, you will do whatever it takes. The usual frame, I want this. I want to be rich. I want to be skinny. I want a six-pack. I want to have 1 million friends. I want to be famous. I want to be voted most successful, whatever it is. But then you have to make the decision and you have to decide to do it. Decide. Scott says, if I were to make a list of all the business startups and other money-making schemes I've worked on during my career, and then divided that long list into what worked out well and what failed, there would be a pattern. You wouldn't notice the pattern, but I would. The efforts that failed were all ones I wanted to succeed, and I worked hard to try to make them succeed. I wasn't doing all-nighters or risking money I couldn't afford to lose, but I put in great effort and, yes, some cash. None of those once worked out. Luckily, several business projects did work out. Dilbert became an international sensation. I wrote several best-selling books, and I was one of the highest-paid speakers in the country for several years. To be fair, I was only able to do all that because the original Dilbert comic strip took off. And there is one thing that stands out about that initial Dilbert success. I didn't want to be a successful cartoonist. I decided to be one. When I was offered a syndication contract in 1988, the ultimate big break for a cartoonist, I made a promise to myself that no matter what happened, I would never allow myself to look back and say I didn't work hard enough to make it a success. And I'm trying to tell you something. You listening to me right now, if you make a decision, if your mindset, and my boy David is on right now, and he is working on, in my opinion, one of the greatest, honorable goals you can have, to be the largest employer in his small town. And by the way, dude, if you don't need more motivation to get up than that, and here's the kicker, he's decided to do that. That means it's done. When you make a decision, that means it happens unless you're D or C, dead or in a coma. Like the explorer Cortez. Go read why Cortez was so successful. Because unlike every other explorer, when Cortez would land at the sea, he would then order his men to burn the ships. Burn the ships. There was no such thing as retreat. If you have decided, how you know you've decided is it will happen unless you're dead or in a coma. That's a decision and not a want. Is this resonating with you guys? Is this resonating? Was today not the greatest business for breakfast in human history? Come on, man. I know it was. I know it was. Okay. I told you every single day. And remember, my only form of payment, if you learn one thing, if you got 1% smarter, then your only job is to like and subscribe. That's it, my beautiful people. That's all I require from you. Okay. Now, all right. I want you guys to remember this one tiny thing, Matt. Everything we talk about here, if you think that it's hard or you think it's easy, you're right. Don't just work in your business. Make sure you mind your own business. All right, my beautiful people, you got the news, you got the tips and tricks. Now go own this day. I'm your host, Aaron Novinger, the Venti Business Guy, and you know what time it is. What time is it? You know what I'm putting on. You know what I'm putting on. It's time. It's time to get to work. Kapow!